Two more rapid things, man. I'm going to get you out of here. The third is, again, at Forbes BLK, we're building something special. And I always go to the community and I always say, hey, listen, I got this person coming up. What would you like to ask? And one of the key things that they always want to know, the particular community wants to know, is about someone you looked up to in the black community. And it doesn't have to be famous. And I know Andrew Young is the guy, so I want you to not pick him, right? And I know I heard you say somebody else who I gladly admire. Is it that particular individual?
Well, it was individuals, but I mean Quincy Jones,
Quincy,
Reginald Lewis, Quincy. When I was coming up, man, I wanted to be an international businessman who happened to be black, and the only two people I knew who were international growing up who were black were Quincy Jones and Andrew Young.
Yeah,
that's all I knew, and neither one of them were business people, oddly enough. I mean, not in the traditional sense of the word. And Reginald Lewis, unfortunately, had passed on to glory. So those are some names that jump out at me. I mean, Frederick Douglass, bad brother. Of course, I admired both Dr. King and Malcolm X.
Yeah,
I think you need sort of almost a composite of that philosophy.
You need a little bit of both. You need a little bit of both.
That's it.
You need a little bit of both. Yeah.
When Malcolm said, "We've been bamboozled, we've been tricked, we've been fooled," right?
Yeah.
At the end of his life, he had come around to more of a Martin's view, and Martin had actually sort of come around to a little bit of Malcolm's view, and I think that they were both alive and they'd be friends. I think that we need a radical movement of common sense, and anybody who works from the neck up, who thinks themselves out of a problem versus trying to fight themselves out of a problem, is got my vote. Is my kind of hero and shero. I think there's a lot of folks making smart sexy today who look like us. We've been making dumb sexy for way too long. We're dumbed down and celebrate. Look, Jay-Z, that 444 album was financial literacy.
That's all.
Financial literacy album.
Yeah. I tell people Rick Ross talk financial literacy all the time, right? If you listen to his words, Rick Ross drop a lot of jewels. And listen, he certainly motivated me a few times, right? So, but my very last one, John. Charlemagne the God, absolutely.
Killer Mike.
Right? Yeah.
Killer Mike.
John Hope Bryant, right? Let's not give you your flowers as well, man. Give you your flowers as well. But last thing for me, again, in spirit of National Black Business Month, and again, John Hope Bryant, thank you so much for the time. I really appreciate it. One critical piece of advice that you would tell aspiring entrepreneurs, and I know, listen, you got a lot of content on your Instagram, John, so I want you to dig deep and say something that you haven't said in a very long time or maybe ever about the advice that you would give to an aspiring entrepreneur if they were in front of your face right now, and they always are.
Walk through life consciously oblivious of most things around you because it just doesn't matter. It don't matter. They don't matter. Stop using money you don't have to buy things you don't need, to impress people you don't know, in places that you don't live, about stuff that really don't matter.
Yeah.
Stop wasting your time. Stop letting people waste your time. You cannot get your time back. Be generous with other things, money even. Be generous with it, but be ruthless about your own personal time, because we are 45 minutes older even after this interview. What did you do with your time? How did you invest it? And with whom? And when you're with somebody, make sure you're better together. If you're in a relationship, 2 + 2 should equal more than 4. It should equal 6, 8, or 10, or what are you doing? You do that all by yourself. As Quincy Jones again would say, the only thing worse than being alone is wishing that you were. So you want to walk through life consciously oblivious of most things around you. Stay focused on your objective, your goal. People would laugh at me, man. They laughed at me coming up. Oh, financial literacy. Oh, yeah. Capitalism. Oh, here he comes again. Right. They're not laughing anymore. They're asking me for a job.
Yeah.
Right. So they're asking me for a hookup. So if you go far in the North Pole, you end up south. Lock into your goal. Do not get deferred, distracted. Don't allow yourself to be dismissed. Be your own self-improvement project. Understand that God is your core and key champion. You're God's child. He made you special and unique, and now you just got to go and find that uniqueness. But you can't do it in a crowded room with people all in your ear all the time. There's no space for you. Quiet yourself, and focus yourself on a problem that has a beginning, a middle, and an end, and own the solution to that problem. And that's called a niche. Find your niche.
Yeah. John Hope Bryant, I appreciate the time, not only today, but at our Forbes BOK Summit, I know you'll be a part of that. I can't wait to have that conversation around wealth, growing wealth, and I think a lot of it you just dropped here, but we'll get into it more in November. And I appreciate even being talked about in your global forum that you're having this year in December as well. And I look forward to attending that. That's going to be an honor for me. I appreciate the time, John Hope Bryant. Look forward to doing this again and again and again and continuing to talk until it's instilled and we talk more about how to grow black businesses instead of establish them. Thank you so much for the time.